Hello guys, welcome to today's video. In today's video, we are going to be reading 3 books selected by my many tattoos. I saw Miss Ellen Catherine do this video and I was like, I got a lot of tattoos. Actually, I don't even know how many I have. Let me make a list. 32. I currently, at this point in time, as of March 11th, 2025, have 32 tattoos. And I put them in a list in my phone in order of from head down. Okay? Pretty much what I did. Went from my head, down this arm, down one leg, down the other leg, and then the tootsies. Okay? Okay. And so the way this is going to work, I'm going to do it the same method that Ellen did because I thought it was fantastic, is I'm going to go to Google and have a random number between 1 and 32 be selected, and then whatever tattoo it selects, we will find a book where either the theme of the book, the cover, somehow relates back to the tattoo. This is going to be hard because I have some tattoos like this one. It's just a mandala. Guess what? We have just a mandala there as well. This whole arm is Harry Potter themed, but I'm currently rereading Harry Potter for a different video, so that won't work. So we're gonna be taking creative liberties and it's just gonna be a blast. So, like I said, we have lots of tattoos to pick from, and then I will insert pictures, like close-up pictures of the tattoo selected in case you're curious. And yeah, so let's go to random number generator. Generate between 1 and 32. I have no idea what order, what is what, but 21. Okay. Okay, this is not gonna be too terribly difficult. I do have lots of books. I have like a handful of books that are on my current physical TBR, so we'll use that as well. Try to maybe get some off, and that is going to be my crying skeleton. Put the picture in here. It's on my leg. I can like kind of show it to you. There you go. Maybe blur out my tootsies, but yeah. Crying skeleton. So for that, we could do a book with a skeleton on it, or a sad book could also work for that. So let me think of some things and then I will come back to you. Okay. I found 2 books that give skeleton. We have got The Shadows by Alex North, as well as this one, I Fell in Love with Hope by Lankali. I'm gonna see what the readings are for them because I've been in a reading slump, if I'm being honest with you. The Shadows by Alex North has a 3.74, so that's not too terrible, and then 3.8. So technically this one has a better rating. I'm gonna read the synopsis. So, The Shadows. There is a book of the month thing in here, so I'd rather be reading. They believed they could control their dreams. Instead, they created a nightmare. You knew a teenager like Charlie Crabtree, a dark imagination, a sinister smile, always on the outside of the group. Some parts of you suspected he might be capable of doing something awful. 25 years ago, Crabtree did just that, committing a murder so shocking that it attracted the strange kind of infamy that only exists on the darkest corner of the internet and has inspired more than one copycat. Paul remembers the case too well. Crabtree and his victim were Paul's friend. Paul has slowly put his life back together, but now his mother, old and suffering from dementia, has taken a turn for the worse, though every inch of him resists. It's time to come home. It's not long before things start to go wrong. Okay, this actually sounds pretty good. And then this book, a group of terminally ill patients vow to live the rest of their lives to the fullest, a love that transforms and transcends. Against the unforgiving landscape of a hospital, a group of terminally ill patients embraces the joy within their reach, friendship, freedom, and rebellion. Each in their own way is broken, each in their own way is stronger for it. In the midst of pain and loss, they find community, even miracles, and together they are determined to reclaim from life what illness has taken from them. But a singular heartbreak has led one to swear off love forever. The risk of experiencing another tragedy feels too great. Yet, in this desolate place where it seems impossible for love to make an appearance, a door opens, and so do hearts. This also sounds good. I think I'm gonna go with this one because my skeleton is crying and this feels more sad, where this feels more like a sinister skeleton. So I think we're gonna go with sad skeleton. So, skeleton tattoo right here with this book. I think that's perfect. So now I deleted the skeleton off of there so that we don't get the same one twice, and I'm gonna just change it to be between 30 and 31. And we're just gonna pick our 3 books, and because I don't know what order I'm gonna want to read things in because my reading has been so trash-tastic. 14, okay. Okay, this one's gonna be tricky. It is my Dementor tattoo. We will pop it up here. So dark, spooky vibes. I think this is very much so a reach, but the cover of this box, or of Bird Box that I have that's on my TBR, kind of gives Dementor like a bit. You see, it's like black figure, but it's a person, but it looks like it has a black cloak on. And since this is already on my physical TBR, I think we're gonna match my Dementor tattoo with Bird Box. It's not really going as well as I expected. I had so many like great ideas, and none of those tattoos have been picked. So we're gonna do between 1 and 30 right here to pick our 3rd book for this video. 10. Okay. Okay, this one does work out. This was actually one that I hoped I got. It's this one right here. It is a Thestral from Harry Potter. If you don't know, they're basically like a death horse where you can only see them if you've witnessed somebody dying, and it's a horse. So for our death horse, we're gonna pick this one, which is a cowboy romance, because horses, yeehaw. Death horse, horse book. Does that make sense? Maybe, maybe not, but that's what we're gonna go with. We have got our sad skeleton, our Dementor, and our Thestral. Let's get into these reads. Okay guys, I have read 5% of this book, and there are some stunning, beautiful quotes. I am buddy reading this with my friend, so I can read you some of them. They are reminders that this bomb will go off, you just don't know when. That's what waiting to die is like. And disease is greedy. It takes pieces of you so you no longer recognize yourself. It's very sad vibes. Very sad vibes. Oh yeah. Being sick teaches you the reasons are just poor attempts at justifying misfortunes. They give you an illusion of why, but why is a loud question and death is quiet. We spent our whole lives together pretending, but if you pretend for too long, reality reminds you one way or another that it doesn't like to be insulted. But I will say I fear I am not smart enough for this book, and I already feel like DNFing it. Like, I'm reading it and it has beautiful quotes, but like I don't know that I am the target audience for this, and I don't know if I have the brain capacity for this book. I am also reading this on 4 hours of sleep, so that could be the issue, but I'm gonna try to get to 25% tonight, 7 o'clock, and I'm probably gonna be passed out here by like 10:30. Don't be surprised if when I come back I tell you I'm DNFing this. I could come back and tell you I think it's a 5-star, but I fear it's I'm already getting the vibes of wanting to DNF it. Okay guys, I just had some serious shower thoughts about this book. I am not very far. I'm at chapter 4, soliloquies. I'm 13%. Chapters, so long. I still have 5 hours left. So like, I'll be reading this book, right? And so I'll be reading this book. And where is she? Here she is. 1 minute I'm reading it. First off, I'm obsessed with the dedication. It says, to my Sam and to everyone in the world who needs to feel a little less alone. I've been living with a very lonely mindset lately, but the cover is so fucking pretty. But this book, I'm having some serious shower thoughts about her. I feel like this sounds so mean, and I'm not trying to be mean because I'm 13% in. I could literally say the meanest thing about this book right now and then be like, 5 stars, loved it. Because you never really know. But at 13%, my overarching feeling about this book is that it feels self-important, and it feels, I'm not like the other girls. Like, it feels like it's trying to like do something really big and huge, but Goodreads classifies it as YA. I'm very confused by that. It has a lot. I feel like it's like throwing every heavy topic at you. It has like a whole list of triggers in here. The story contains domestic abuse, eating disorders, intense physical bullying, self-harm, suicide, rape, depression, anxiety, and gory descriptions of disease. So like, I feel like it's throwing every horrible thing at you, trying to be so important and being very like it just feels like it's leaving things so up in the air and for you to figure out. And I don't like that. I like things to be like the main character, Sam, it's like very like, are they a patient? Are they a doctor? Are they really there? Are they a ghost? I don't know. I don't know. Is Sam really there? I don't know. And it just doesn't feel super important to me. And it's long. It's like over 400 pages, which isn't like a super long book, but like I'm gonna get to 25% and we'll go from there. I quit. You know the part of the Grinch where the Grinch is like, that's it, I'm not going. That's me with this book. Bye-bye. I have way too hundreds of books to read. I'm not going to keep reading something that's making me want to gouge my eyes out. But I did look on Goodreads, and all of the 1-star reviews for this book pretty much say what I said, that the book is trying so hard to be quotable that like every line is trying to be quotable and that the writing is atrocious. Agreed. Tattoos pick my TBR video. Okay guys, my sweet lovely crying skeleton that picked this book has left my brain crying because this book was so bad I had to DNF it. Simply, it's not being read. It was pissing me off. We are moving on to Flawless by Elsie Silver. I have just been in quite a bit of a romance mood lately, and so we're just gonna like rock and roll with what we're feeling, okay? This is a cowboy romance. I've read one chapter. It's about our main girl named Summer, and she works for her dad's company, and from what I'm gathering, they kind of like manage different bull riders or people in that kind of industry. And the main guy's name is Rhett, which I hate that name. I think it's horrible. He has basically lost a bunch of his sponsorships because he's being kind of out of control, and now Summer is basically gonna be his babysitter. And that's where we are with this. And I'm already live, laugh, loving it way more than I was live, laugh, loving I fell in love with Hope. That book was so bad, okay? Like, I was reading a bunch of 1-star reviews, and like, I agree that it's like very self-important, and it's written in a way, like, I love bad writing. Like, I don't want a book that's written well. If it's written well, I probably won't be smart enough to read it. This book is like trying to be well written and trying to like make big points and be really important and say all these really important things, while at the same time making sure that every sentence in the book is like a fucking Pinterest quote. It was not good. It's gotta go. It's not living in this house anymore. And I'm trying to be more ruthless this year and just not giving up on books that aren't bringing me joy. And that was not bringing me joy, so it has to go. Hopefully this brings me joy. So far, one chapter in, I'm feeling joyful. The joy is being felt. It's multi-POV. And these pages are like really cute. Like the chapter pages have like constellations and stuff. But I'm gonna read as much as I can of this today. It's like 370 pages, but the font's like quite big in this book, and it was on Kindle Unlimited, so I just downloaded that on my Kindle. And we're just gonna live, laugh, love this book. I'm sure it'll be a good time. I'm hungry, so I'm gonna eat something. I think I'm gonna make like a little Caesar wrap and then get back into reading it. But that's the plan for today. I'm cold. I'm gonna go put on pants because I'm wearing shorts and eat dinner and then probably read a good portion of Flawless tonight because I'm just in the mood for romance, baby. It just sounds so good. And I've only read one cowboy romance so far in my reading career, and it was Done and Dusted, and I gave it 4 stars and I really enjoyed it. So I'm hoping I really enjoy this one. I've already looked up fan art of the couple. Okay guys, we did the horse book, my death horse, and Flawless. I've had a very emotionally draining day, so if I look like shit, I feel like shit. But I finished this, and I have this video is not going well. We have 1 DNF, and this is a 3-star. It is, I thought going into this would be a 5-star. I was convinced it would be a 5-star. I thought there was no chance that it would not be a 5-star, or at least a 4-star. I loved Done and Dusted, and I do not like spicy books. I loved the characters and the story of that, where I just didn't feel all that connected to this. I went over like the first chapter of what goes on, but basically we have our main gal, Summer, and she is basically being the agent for the bull rider Rhett, and he's kind of like a loose cannon wild child, and throughout the way they fall in love. He's kind of an asshole, and I just like personally didn't feel like I wasn't like, I feel like there's some romance books where I'm reading and I'm like, just kiss him, just kiss him, just do it. I did not feel that way. Like, I didn't feel like a super strong connection to these characters, and I overall just thought it was fine. I'm swiftly about to move on to a new book. I don't know if I'm gonna read anymore today. It's 6 o'clock and my head hurts from crying all day. But like, when I read a romance book, I want to be kicking my feet. I want to get goosebumps. I want to be teary-eyed. I want it to just like suck me in. And I did not feel that about this. I think book 2 is about her best friend Willa, possibly. And I really liked Willa, so I'm maybe will continue the series, but I'm honestly not sold. I am just not sold on continuing this. So far, I think it's just okay. It was a 3-star from me. And I do not know. I do not know about the rest of these books. It's a 5-book series. If you guys have read this Chestnut Springs series, are the other books better than Flawless? Because I feel like that is the case a lot of times with romance interconnected books, is that the first book is like the weakest. So if you guys think that the other books are better than Flawless, let me know and I'll continue. But so far, not Live, Laugh, Loving it. Then, I'm filming a couple of videos simultaneously, but the next book we'll be reading in this book is Bird Box by Josh Malerman, and this book is pretty short. It's only like 270 pages, and this is like a mass market paperback size, but like, how cool is this cover? I bought this one, and in this like olive edition, as well as The Exorcist, because I thought that was absolutely horrifying. But I was able actually to get the audio for this on Libby, so I'm gonna try this weekend to listen to this while I am working. Here's to hoping we can do that. That would be great. I would love that, but we will see if that is a possibility or not, because I will read it this weekend either way. It's only Wednesday. I'm going to be reading an arc for a different video, and then I will probably listen to this over the weekend, because I am buddy reading this with a friend. So we'll see. I've never seen the movie. I actually, despite liking horror and thriller books, I actually hate those kind of movies. I feel like reading it doesn't get me as on edge as watching it. So besides knowing that Sandy B is in this movie, I don't really, and they wear like a blindfold, I don't really know all that much about it. But let's get into Bird Box. Okay guys, I have been listening to the audiobook of this all day, and I would show you where I am, but I can't particularly read Roman numerals, so there's that. But I have listened to 70% of this today on audio, and I will finish it tomorrow. I'm listening to it at 2 times speed, so I only have about an hour and a half left, which is pretty awesome. I am really liking it so far. So in this book, we have our main character, Mallory, and is this book considered dystopian? What is the genre of this book? We're gonna look it up on Goodreads right now. Horror, fiction, thriller, dystopia. Okay, I had a feeling. So she's living in like modern society in Michigan, and there's this thing happening basically where there's something going on where people start going crazy, killing people and then killing themselves basically. And they don't know what this creature is. All they know is that you see something and then you lose your marbles. So people are now blindfolding themselves if they leave their house, boarding up the windows, not leaving. And Mallory this is past and present timeline. In the past, we're finding out what's leading her to this point. She is pregnant when this whole situation takes place, and now she has 2 little kids, and they are leaving this safe house that they've been at for the last 4 or 5 years and taking a boat and venturing out somewhere. We haven't figured out where they're going. They're just hoping it's better. And they're all blindfolded, and it's just like, I don't want to say anything because I went into this pretty blind, and I think it's what's really helping, because like it's eerie, it's spooky, I'm on edge, you don't know what's gonna happen, everybody's dying, bad things are happening, you don't know where it's gonna go next. But you're learning about like how this situation started, where they're at in the beginning, going through all of the years up to the present point, and her and the kids now. And it is so sad that these kids have basically like never seen light outside the house. She hasn't opened her eyes outdoors in 4 years. And like these kids, ever since they were babies, Mallory has basically been like training them almost to like be blind, like not open their eyes. When they were babies, she would like withhold food from them if they opened their eyes, and like give them food as a reward for keeping their eyes closed, to like really instill in them to like not open their eyes, which is horrifying and so sad, but very engaging. And I have no idea where this is going, but I think I will be brave and watch the movie tomorrow night when I finish this, and we will talk about that then. But I am so far thinking it's definitely not a 5-star, but it is like a 4-star so far, and I am interested in it, but I don't understand where we're going with the story, so I guess we will find out. But continuing on with Bird Box by Josh Malerman. This is my second Josh Malerman book. He did write Incidents Around the House as well, which I did read a few months ago. So let's go. Isn't this such a cool cover? I'm not like a mass market paperback girl, but these covers, this olive edition, I may have already showed it in here, but I'm showing it again because I love it. I also have The Exorcist in this edition, which I think is so spooky. We'll finish this off tomorrow. And then, is this the last book for this video? Yeah, it is. This is the last one. So, I think we'll probably end with a DNF, a 3-star, and a 4-star. So my tattoos didn't do great. That's what we're starting to discover here. We have finished a Bird Box, which means we have finished our final book for this video. We have read Bird Box, we have read Flawless, and we have DNF'd. I fell in love with Hope. So, thoughts and feelings. First, let's go over Bird Box. I went over a bit of what this was about, and I'm not going to say anything else, but the ending of this book actually had me like tear up, which I feel like is crazy. And I was going to watch the movie before I spoke with you guys, but real talk, my husband is at a concert tonight, and I don't think I'm brave enough to watch it alone. So with that being said, I did give it 4 stars. I did toy with the idea of giving it 5 stars. The only reason I didn't was because I disliked the amount of time spent in the 2 different timelines. It was very much so like 80% of the book was in the past timeline, and I wished we had spent a little bit more time in the present, because I found those parts to be so fascinating and so powerful. But overall, highly, highly, highly recommend. And that's 2 books by Josh Malerman now that I've given 4 stars. So that's great. We had Flawless by Elsie Silver, which I gave 3 stars. I thought it was okay. Not my favorite Yeehaw romance I have read. Let me know if you've read this series, how you feel about the other books, because this one's not my favorite. And then I did DNF this book because it felt like this gal was trying really hard to make a point, but it ended up being cringy and confusing. So let me know what you thought about this video, how my tattoos did. Again, this was for my thestral tattoo, because a thestral is like a dead horse, and it's a cowboy romance. There was horses, you best believe. It's actually more bull riding, but who was I to know? This was for my crying skeleton, because there's skeleton hands on it. And then this was for my Dementor, because Dementors are like looming spooky creatures. Same with the monsters in this book. So with that being said, that is everything. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have not already, please subscribe. It would mean the absolute world to me. And I will see you next time. Bye.